Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Chicoine, and today we're going to show you how to use a lacrosse ball to roll out your middle back between your shoulder blades. And so we're going to start out, we're going to lay flat on your back. You're going to take this ball, and you're going to slide it right up top here, right in between your shoulder and your neck. You want to go right on the soft tissue. You don't want it to roll over on the shoulder blade or across the spine. So you're going to start out just right there. And then you're going to take whatever side that ball is on and you're going to cross your arm over top and give yourself a big hug. Because we love ourselves. And so first thing you want to do, take a big deep breath in and exhale. And so what we're trying to do is just work out all this fascia in our middle back. With every breath you take, when you take a big breath in, your lungs are going to expand, your ribs are going to push against that ball, and it's going to cause more pressure. You may get some pops within your ribs as you do this. That's okay. Where the ball is placed, that's only going to push it in a positive direction. And so for these first couple knots, you're just going to lay on it. You're just going to let the ball do the work and let your body weight press into the ball. So you're going to cross your arms, you're just going to bend your knees here, and you're going to let your legs drive your body up towards your head. And so as you kind of shimmy up, that ball will stay put as you find that first knot, and there it is. And so when you find the first knot, it's very crucial that you keep a straight face while you do this. Now, I've done this for a long time, and so it's really easy for me to keep a straight face. The very first few times you'll do this, it is intense. It does not feel good. However, one thing to keep in mind, the more knots that you find, the more you should do this. The more those knots need to be worked out. And so you're going to take a deep breath in, and breathe out. As you exhale, you're going to feel that tension go away. And so keep breathing in and exhale. You're going to spend about 1 minute to 2 minutes on each trigger point, on each knot that you find. So this one here, this one feels pretty good. So I'm going to go on to the next one. This is knot number 2. Knot number 2, not too bad today. I've already rolled out once today, so this isn't too bad. But here, same thing. I'm just going to take a deep breath in. And breathe out. And just feeling that tension go away. Breathe in and out. So your breathing is very important. It's very common to want to hold your breath while you do this. Avoid that tendency if you can. So the third trigger point, this is where it gets kind of fun. Fun in the torturous way. So what you're going to do, you're going to take your arm and you're going to use your arm as a lever. Because where your arm goes, your shoulder blade has to follow. And so what we want to do is we want to get that ball getting right underneath that shoulder blade, and we want it to dig out all that fascia that's keeping that bound up. So you're going to take your arm and you're just going to chop it down. And you're just looking for any gristle and just trying to work it out. And when you find it, so like usually I'll get it a little more restricted right down in here. And so I'll just work my arm while breathing until that loosens up. Once that loosens up, now we're going to go up and we're going to go the other way. And again, just looking for any restrictions, breathing it out. And usually by about the third or fourth trigger point, you're going to feel some ribs moving. So there, I just felt my shoulder blade relax. Hope you can see it on this camera. To where now that ball is right inside my shoulder blade, and that's right where we want it. That's a nice loose fascia. So now we're going to keep going. Trigger point number 4, same thing. Big breath in, breathe out. We're going to chop the arm down, look for any restrictions. A little restricted up here, a little past 90 degrees. And then we're going to go back. That's definitely restricted. Going to go back to the neutral position once those get worked out, and you may be spending about 1 minute to 2 minutes on each trigger point. I've spent as long as 5 to 10 minutes on a trigger point. When you first get started doing this, it's going to be difficult. So expect expect it to not feel comfortable while you're doing it. However, when you're done, you will feel a difference right away. And so again, we're going to shimmy down to the next trigger point. Use that arm lever. Work that shoulder blade down. Work it up. Working out any gristle in there. And eventually, as you do this, that ball will pop out towards the side here. And so when you do this, you want to make sure that you're doing both sides of your middle back. It's easy just to put a ball right in a knot where you're hurting, but most of the time, because that whole middle back is all part of the same fascial plane, if you only work out one side, you're not taking care of the entire structure. And so for instance, I'll get a lot of issues in my left shoulder blade for whatever reason. I will roll out that left shoulder blade. It'll get about 80-90% better, but that remaining 10% will be sitting there. Then once I roll out the opposite side, that last 10% will pretty much dissipate. And so stay with it. When you do this, make sure you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. That water is going to help supply your fascia. It's going to help lubricate it, basically help work out those trigger points a lot more. You'll find that you're going to have more trigger points the worse you eat, the more sugar you consume, the worse your sleep is, the worse your form is if you're working out a lot. And so learning how to get comfortable on a lacrosse ball can go a long way. Here at Audio Chiropractic, it's our vision that we want to empower healthy living, and we do that by creating independence. And so by teaching you how to use a lacrosse ball, that can help you in your times between adjustments and helping you stay maintained and keep your spine in alignment in between visits. For more information, or if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button underneath. Subscribe if you so desire. Otherwise, stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more videos as far as lacrosse balls and foam rollers are concerned. Have a nice day.